everybody, welcome back. Today, if it's possible, take a couple of moments now to just grab yourself either a yoga strap, if you have one, or something that resembles a yoga strap. So that can be a long belt, it can be a scarf, it can be a tie, anything like that, just provided that it's quite nice and long, basically. That's the only criteria. And then you can just let it be to one side for now. And we're going to come down onto our backs. So today is going to be a pretty slow, stretchy class, and we're going to be working with a few little mobility drills as well to get into the hips. I feel like we've done quite a lot of dynamic classes recently, so I thought we'd just slow it down. And it's really important to take a bit more of a stretchy approach sometimes so that we can rest and recover and recuperate all of the fatigued muscles. So just come down onto your back, keep the knees bent. You can let the knees knock against each other, supporting each other here, and bring the feet out nice and wide. Allow the arms to just rest down by your side. Find length along the spine, especially the neck, and then just bring your eyes down to a close. Take a big breath in through the nose, open the mouth, let the bottom jaw be heavy, and exhale, side out. Take a moment here to just make sure that you're not holding on to any tension in your face. So give the lower jaw a bit of a wiggle. You can scrunch up the nose, a little bit like a mouse. You can scrunch up the brow. And then just try and completely soften. Let the tongue come down from the roof of the mouth. Feel yourself sinking down into the earth beneath you. Allow yourself to be completely cradled, completely supported here. And with our breath today, to help the body soften and relax and step into this slightly calmer frame, we're going to breathe in through the nose, and you can breathe out through either the nose or the mouth, but just allow the exhales to continue on slightly longer than the inhales. If you can, invite those inhales down into the belly. And then long, slow, calm breaths out. Good. We'll take 2 more cycles of breath here. With every round of breath, feel yourself becoming more relaxed. Amazing. When you're ready, open your eyes. If that feels right, you can, of course, keep them closed. Keep the left foot where it is and draw your right knee up into your chest, interlacing the hands at the bottom or just below the right knee and at the top of the shin bone. Keep still here, drawing that knee up into the chest, and just take some circles with your right foot. So getting into that ankle joint. Keep the circles nice and slow. You might get a few clicks of appreciation. Change the direction of the circle if you haven't already. Awesome. Come back to find stillness with that right foot. Keep your right knee where it is, but let the arms come back down by your side. And then we're just going to draw some big circles with the right knee. So keep the right leg bent. Just open the right knee out wide. Let it draw towards the bottom of the mat, then back towards the left knee, up towards the chest. Awesome. Try to keep your left glute connected with the earth here. And again, just reverse the directions of the circle. So by keeping the movements really slow and steady, that will ensure that we don't overlook any areas of the hip that might need a little bit of focus. So just observe what comes up for you as you move the leg in this very simple shape. I don't know about you, but I can already feel all sorts going on in my right hip. So it's really good to know. Perfect. Come back to find stillness. Extend your right leg up towards the sky. In a moment, we'll take hold of the strap. But for now, just use your fingers to give the back of your right leg a little bit of a massage. Your thumbs will naturally work the front of your leg, but you can really squeeze the muscles in the calves. You can squeeze the muscles down the back of the thigh, so the hamstrings, maybe the IT band, and into the outside of your hip. Even if it doesn't feel particularly good and massage-like, this is a really great way to get some circulation moving into the muscles. And circulation is obviously amazing because it transports, all of that blood transports fresh energy, fresh nutrients, so it's great for recovery. Perfect. Take a bend through your right knee. Now we're going to take hold of the strap and you're just going to loop it on top of the sole of the right foot and then re-extend that right leg up towards the sky. Now the arms will obviously be quite active here, but try to let the shoulder blades remain connected with the earth. You don't have to keep the right leg completely straight. If you've got a slight bend in it, that's not a problem. But really try to press the heel up towards the sky and draw the toes down towards your shin. That will give you a pretty epic stretch down the back of your right leg. And we're just going to breathe here for a moment, finding length down the back of that right leg. You can take a subtle little rock forwards and backwards perhaps. Don't feel like you have to be sort of exerting 100% effort all the time. You can find softness. And if you're here and you're not really getting enough from this, feel free to slide your left leg or your left foot towards the end of the mat as well. You can find somewhere in between if that's a little bit better too. Beautiful. Last 3 breaths here. Amazing. Keep that right leg extended, but we're just going to take hold of both ends of the strap with the left hand, and with your right thumb, we're going to place the right thumb in the right hip crease and just use it to pull the flesh out towards the right hand side, so you've got a little bit more space in that hip crease. And then keeping the right glute connected with the earth, just draw your right leg towards the left-hand side, just by about 45 degrees, if that. It's a very, very subtle movement. We're not lifting this right hip or this right glute. Now, for a lot of us, and I very much include myself in this statement, you will be getting some real sensation going on down the outside of your right leg, and if you're lucky, again, like me, you might even feel this all the way down to the outside of your right foot and into your little toe. There's a lot of nerves that are going on here, so depending on where your sciatic nerve is situated, it might feel a little bit nervy. Just go with caution. There's nothing to prove. Don't be driven by the ego. Just do what feels right for you and your body right now. Take 2 more breaths. Keep drawing the toes up towards the shin. Amazing. On your next inhale, lift the right leg back up to the sky. Pause for a couple of moments here. Getting into that hamstring once again. Or hamstrings, I should say. Amazing. And then soften your knee so that you can release the strap down to one side. If your left leg is still bent, extend it to the end of the mat now. Keep your right knee drawn into the chest, and we're just going to come into a gentle supine twist. So guiding the right knee up and over to the left-hand side and reaching the right arm out wide. I practice this twist so much in my classes, where I teach this twist. I think that it has such an amazing effect on the body. It feels like we kind of flush everything out. So we've just worked on the right-hand side. We've worked quite strongly, and I now feel like this twist kind of flushes everything out. Beautiful. On your next inhale, lift the right knee back up to center. Give it a little bit of a squeeze, and then let the right foot float down to the mat. So keep that right leg bent for now, and then draw the left knee up into your chest, squeezing it nice and tightly. And then start by taking some little circles with the left foot. So mobilizing that ankle joint. The ankles, the poor little ankles, they often get so overlooked. They're very overshadowed by the knees and the hips. Change the direction of the circle. Awesome. Come back to stillness. Keep the left knee drawn into the chest. Let the arms just rest down by your side. And then again, we'll draw those big circles with the left knee, keeping them super slow moving. Just imagine that you've got a splodge of paint on your left kneecap and you're drawing some big circles in space. Change the direction. Notice what area of the hip you feel this in. Is it the back of the glute? Is it the outside of the hip? Is it more into the groin or the hip crease? Just be really indicative of where we need to work on. Perfect. Draw that left knee up into the chest, give it a nice little squeeze, and then extend the left leg up to the sky. We're going strapless for now. Use those hands once again to just start building a little bit of circulation up and down that left leg, squeezing and kneading into those muscles. Almost a little pinch. Obviously, don't hurt yourselves. Perfect. And then rebend into the left knee. Take hold of your strap once again. Hook it on top of your left foot and extend the left leg up to the sky. Now, those of you who have practiced with me before will get very bored of me saying this, but remember that it might be different on this side, and that's normal. Okay, especially if you've had an injury, you might find that one side is much more stiff, perhaps one side has been compensating or overcompensating either for a weaker side. There's lots of things that can go on that cause imbalances in the body, and that is totally normal. But the amazing thing that yoga does is it shows us those areas, the areas of weakness, for want of a better word, so that we can really work on them. Work on building strength, on recovering. Amazing. Taking 3 more breaths here. Remember, if you want to, you can slide that right foot this time to the end of the mat. Keep pressing that left heel up towards the sky. Draw the left toes down towards the left shin. Try to breathe. Take a breath into the back of that left leg. And then when you're ready, take hold of both ends of the strap with the right hand this time. Left thumb is going to dig the flesh out from the left hip crease, and it will also just serve as a little bit of a reminder to keep that left hip and left glute grounded as we start to draw the left leg across towards the right hand side. Again, just remember it's a very subtle movement. We're not stacking that left hip on top of the right and bringing the left leg all the way over. We're just drawing it across very, very slightly. If you're here and you're not feeling so much, try pressing the heel up and drawing the toes down. It's a good thing that you can't see my facial expressions. Well, hopefully you can't, since I'm looking up towards the ceiling. This is very, very intense for me. If you're a runner, then this will probably be giving you all the feels as well. I'd just like to clarify that I am not classing myself as a runner. I'm definitely not, but this certainly gets the sweet spots for me. 1 more breath. Amazing, guys. Use an inhale to reach that left leg back up to the sky. Take hold of both ends of the strap with both hands, just for a couple more rounds of breath. Notice whether you've maybe got a little bit more space this time. And then slowly rebend into that left knee, release the strap. You won't be needing that again. Hug the left knee up into your chest. If your right leg isn't extended, extend it now so that you can come into your supine twist on the left-hand side. Beautiful. 1 more big breath. On your next inhale, lift the left knee back up to center, squeezing it in nice and tight. Draw the right knee up to meet the left. Place both hands behind the thighs and then just start to rock up and down your spine. If you can, if it feels comfortable, take a good few rocks up and down the spine. This is an amazing way to massage out all of the muscles that line the spine and that work so hard to basically provide the structure for our skeleton and to keep our very heavy skulls and brains on top. Awesome. One more. And then come up to seated. I'm going to swivel and turn to face you guys. So we're not going to come into a cross-legged position. We're going to actually keep the knees bent and bring the feet out nice and wide. I'm very aware that it's not the most becoming of postures, but it's very beneficial. You can support yourself with your fingertips just behind your sit bones, and then just allow your knees to sway from side to side. Amazing. You can really let the hips lift and move. That's not a problem. And then the next time that the knees come over to the right hand side, continue the movement and allow yourselves to come into this 90-90 position. So basically the chest is pointing out over your right knee, and we've created these two right angles with our legs. So the left knee is coming directly out of the left hip socket, the right knee is directly in front of us. Now we're going to place both hands either side of the right thigh here. Flex both of your feet. I appreciate that for a lot of us, this might already be quite challenging. It's working with external rotation in the right leg and internal rotation in the left leg. I certainly feel quite restricted in my left hip in this internal rotation. So if that's the same for you, then you're not alone, okay? Now we're going to be working on some strength and mobility drills here to really get the muscles in the hips working optimally. So to start with, don't worry about how high you get the knee, but we're going to press down through the inside of the left foot and start to lift the left knee up towards the sky and then lower back down. Going to do 4 more like this. Lift the knee, squeeze the muscles in the outside of the hip and then lower back down. Good. Last 3. So you really have to recruit all of those muscles in the outsides of the glutes. Last 2, relax the shoulders, sit up as tall as you can. Amazing. Last 1. Beautiful. Release that left knee down. We're going to stay focusing on that left leg. And this time we're going to press down through the left knee and see if you can lift the left foot up just by a couple of inches and then lower back down. So just notice what's happening in your upper body as you do this. You might have to provide a little bit of counterbalance, but try not to lean forward so much so that you can lift that foot up. Again, we're relying on the muscles in the outside of that hip. Good. Last 2. Squeeze. Last 1. Beautiful. Slowly lower that left foot down. Take a big breath in through the nose. Sit up as tall as you can. And then as you exhale, just simply walk the hands forwards and allow your upper body to melt down over the right thigh and the right knee. You don't have to come into a full forward fold. You can support yourself with your hands here, or you can let the forearms come down, or perhaps you want to completely soften and surrender, letting the forehead anchor down towards the earth and collapsing the upper body down over that right thigh. The weight of your upper body here will really help you get into the outside of that right hip. Keep the right foot engaged. We've got 5 more breaths here. Perfect. On your next inhale, walk the hands back slowly, slowly. Peel the upper body away from that right thigh. Take a breath in. A long breath out. And then work your way back through center. Now you can use your hands here, or if you want to, you can lift the hands up and see if you can just do it hands-free, as they say. If your bum starts to shuffle forwards, that's normal, don't worry. Good. Just releasing into those hips, and then we'll take it over to the left-hand side. So the next time that the knees drop down to the left-hand side, create this 90-90 shape with your legs. So just be mindful. You can really use your sight here to just check that it's two 90-degree angles. We don't want to be creating a Z shape with the legs. We want to be creating two right angles, okay? So this time the chest is pointing towards the left knee, the left leg, the left knee and left thigh are directly out in front of us. We're pressing down through the inside edge of that right foot. Hands are either side of the left thigh, and then switch on the muscles in the outside of the right hip to lift the right knee up and lower back down. 4 more. Lift and lower. Again, be mindful of what's going on in the upper body. We don't want to be collapsing down into our left-hand side. Last 2. I know it's hard. I find it hard too. Last 1. Squeeze and release. Beautiful. Staying with the focus on that right leg. This time we're going to press down through the inside of the left knee and then lift. Sorry, not the left knee, the right knee, and then lift the right foot up and lower back down. So even if your back foot doesn't lift at all, that doesn't matter. It's really not about that. What we want is the energetics. So imagine that you're lifting it up. Do everything that you would in order to lift it up, and whether it takes flight or not, that's all frills. Really doesn't matter. Last 1. Beware, you might get a little bit of cramp. Amazing. And lower back down. Take a big breath in to sit up as tall as you can. Find that length along the spine. And then as you exhale, walk the hands forwards. And slowly, slowly allow yourself to melt down over that left thigh. Breathe, soften. Take 2 more big breaths here. On your next inhale, slowly walk the hands back. Take your time to lift yourself up. Pause for a breath in. Long breath out. Amazing. And then again, shift back through center and just let those hips sway from side to side. Beautiful. And then come back to center with the knees, cross the ankles, make your way into a tabletop position. Not going to be here for too long, last little bit. So set up, press down through the hands, lifting up and out the shoulders. You can take a couple of rounds of your cat-cow here. Maybe you want to circle the spine from side to side just to mix it up a little bit. Make sure that you go in both directions. And then come back to find your neutral spine. Extend your right leg out long behind you. And as you exhale, bend through the right knee and step the right foot to the outside of your right hand. So we're in our low lizard lunge here. Support this with a strong left glute especially, and try and really maintain that length all the way along the spine. From here, we're going to reach the right arm up towards the sky and then place the right hand behind the back of your head. Keep rolling the right rib cage up towards the sky, and then as you exhale, draw the right elbow down to tap the left. Inhale to reach the right elbow back up. Exhale, right elbow taps the eye of the left elbow. Beautiful. 2 more. Inhale to open. Exhale to rotate. So we're finding this rotation in the thoracic section of the spine. Inhale to reopen. Last 1. Inhale to lift the right elbow up. Re-extend the right arm up to the sky. Exhale, right hand floats back down to the inside of the right foot. Press down through both hands and step the right knee back to meet the left. Take a little round of your cat-cow here, or whatever wiggle or movement you want to do. And then re-extending the left leg out long behind you this time. Exhale, left foot steps to the outside of the left hand. Take your time, finding that lizard once again. Press through the hands, open up through the chest. Take a big inhale to reach the left arm up to the sky. Exhale, left hand connects with the back of the head. On your next exhale, let the left elbow connect with the inside of the right. Inhale to lift the left elbow up. Beautiful. 3 more. So this should feel really good for the spine, opening, rotating. Again, you might get a few little clicks and cracks. I like to think of that as the spine saying thanks. Last one, elbow to elbow. Inhale to lift back up. Reach the left arm up to the sky. Exhale. Left hand connects with the earth. Press down through both hands. Slide the left knee back.
I don't know that one.
To meet the right. Sorry, my Bluetooth speaker just piped up. And then sit your hips back towards your heels, stacking the shoulders on top of your hips. Let the eyes come down to a close. Gather the hands in your lap. Take a big breath in through the nose. Open the mouth side out. Beautiful. One more like this. Breathing in through the nose. Long, slow exhale out through the mouth. Bring your hands to heart center. Rest the thumbs lightly on your chest. Bow your head. Offer yourself thanks first and foremost for showing up for your practice today. And thank you so much for sharing this half an hour with me and allowing me to guide you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste. Thank you so much, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I'm really sorry about Alexa piping up and trying to join in the class. But I look forward to seeing you all next week. Have a beautiful day.